Hi everyone and welcome to my studio. This is so exciting. My name is Gideon and I'm also known as Gideon's Light, and I'm here to be your creatively fit coach. So grab your canvas, grab your paints and your art journal and join me in my studio as I show you how profound it can be in your life if you allow some space to be creative. So join me now as I show you how. Good morning everyone, it is me Gideon. Welcome in my studio, and today we are going to continue to play in our art journals. So this is what we did last week, and I just continued to play in my art journal with the reds that we did, and I used black and white pens to enhance this beautiful exploratory experiment in playing with the color red and horseshoe shapes. So that's basically what I did on my first page spread. So without further ado, I am going to turn the page and we're going to continue our journey with the color orange this week. So I'm encouraging you to protect your pages with your wax paper. Let me just get this in here nicely. And we are going to get started. This is so exciting. I hope you guys are enjoying the prompts as we get into it and as we begin to explore our art journals together. Right, so I've got my cup of coffee here and I've got all my orange art supplies out. So I wanted to just share with you guys. I'm gonna see if I can get this little search open that I did. Let me just try again. Let's see what we have here. So I did ask, what does the orange color symbolize? It is a mix of red and yellow, and orange combines the passion of red with the positivity of yellow. It is bright and vibrant, and oranges are fun colors that burst with youthfulness, energy, and happiness. They inspire creativity and uplift people's moods. That is just so awesome, because I think we can all do with a little bit of inspiration, creativity, and excitement in our lives, right? So I want you to, this is the challenge for the week, get out all of your orange art supplies and play with these oranges in all its forms in different media that you have in your drawer or in your art supply store. And then I want you to be inspired by doodles. Now, doodles is a very big field of art, really. So anything goes as far as line making and doodles are concerned. So without further ado, I'm just going to place my art supplies a little bit to the side here, and we are going to start our doodle process in our art journal and playing with the color orange. And I'm going to be using just an ordinary marker for now. And I thought I always like to use a 2-page spread, so let's start a doodle exercise on each page, sort of in the opposite corner. And I think I'm going to be playing with paisley shapes, and we can see what we can create doodle wise in our journals. I like to just go off the page a little bit. And really, you don't have to do paisleys. You can just also Google doodle art and see how infinitely big this inspirational field of line making can be. Sorry, I'm thinking and drawing at the same time here, so forgive me. It is sometimes hard for my dyslexic mind to do more than one thing at a time. I can promise you that multitasking is definitely overrated, and probably something that only very special people can do. I think women is those people. So let's just continue to doodle in our color orange and see where this doodle exercise will lead us in our art journals. I think that is a nice beginning. And so these 2 pages become one, and that can be a lot of fun. So let's leave some negative space there to play with. Let's switch to a different medium. And I've got my Dollar and Ronnie FW acrylic artist ink, and this is a flame orange, and I think this is just the thing that I want to use today to activate my page. Let's see what this can look like. I'm just going to use it pure and bright and in your face, and I'm just going to activate this page in my journal using a small flat brush, and I'm going to just color in this side of the page. I'm going to work in the negative space around my shapes, and I think I'll switch it around on the opposite page for some variety and for some contrast. Now you guys can see the name of the game is not perfection, it is expression, it is process. So if you tend to be inhibited by perfectionism, if a thing isn't perfect and it's not good enough, I want you to especially zone in on these exercises, because I think it can do you very well to allow yourself to just play in your journals and not to take everything so seriously. I think life is serious enough, and it's not necessary to take your art too serious. And you know, these exercises as a mental health exercise is about expressing yourself, giving yourself permission just to play and have fun, and to just give expression to your feelings and just allow it to flow on a page without any thoughts of criticism or judgment, and just allow yourself like a child to just play and have fun. I think when we enter the stage in our lives in puberty as teenagers, we become shy, we begin to compare ourselves to others, what they are doing. And because art and creativity is connected to your solar plexus, And that is also where your sexual identity lies in your body. If you have to look at the chakra system, it is no wonder that, you know, we can have limiting experiences as young people. We compare ourselves, or we get told off by maybe a peer or a teacher or a parent, and they criticize your creativity. Your freedom of expression gets inhibited, and you get placed into a box. And I think we spent our entire adult life to try and break free from this mold that we get placed in as children. So, what better way, and this is also why I say art and having a creative practice can be so therapeutic. What better way than to have a creative practice, to play in an art journal, or to go to a canvas and just pull out some colors and just express yourself. It doesn't have to be anything. I think we are far too product orientated in our Western world, and our idea of art is it is only useful um, if it is something that you can sell and make money from, which is really sad because, in a way, we have become more product orientated and we have lost our process orientation, where we can respect the process that any creation form takes. Even Mother Nature shows us that, you know, life is a series of processes. If you just look at the seasons, you can see that everything happens in its perfect time. There's no rush, and everything gets accomplished in time. So there's a valuable lesson to be learned from Mother Nature. But our modern world is all about instant gratification. We want to have immediate results. We want to have immediate fun and whatever. And I think that your art practice can provide you with that immediate gratification of having fun and expressing yourself. But then you must have the attitude of, you know, fun, playfulness, allowing the process to unfold and to allow both the beautiful as well as the ugly to take place and to take form and to have its space in your life. Because I think we can sometimes, you know, allow a critical nanny voice in our minds. We all have that. And we criticize our art, we criticize everything that we do. And if it's not, you know, as good as our friends or as good as the Instagram page or this person or that person, then, you know, we tend to want to shy away and, you know, not participate in those exercises or experiences because we deem ourselves not worthy, not good enough. And that is so sad because that spills over into your life. You know, I firmly believe that your art is an expression of everything that you believe and think. And I do believe this one thing, that your life is the canvas of your soul, and all of your attitudes and beliefs, you know, is part of the landscape of what you create. So if you cannot love your art and all of its imperfections, then you are probably struggling to accept yourself and to love yourself. And I think one of the best places to practice and exercise self-love and, you know, work on that personal compassion and acceptance is in your art practice. It is in your journal. So I want to encourage you to get your art journal out and to begin to express yourself like Madonna used to sing and teach us so well. I think those are one of the icons from this rock star. I just downloaded another album, or her latest album, yesterday, and she remixed some of her songs into dance versions, and I've been listening to that yesterday. So that was quite a lot of fun. So while this side is drying, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my Montmartre acrylic paint on the other side. So I'm just going to, because I'm not going to mix it with another color right now, I hope you guys can see nicely. I am just going to use it straight from the bottle just to get this show on the road. And I'm just using a small flat brush. This is like a 1/4 inch. And I'm just going to fill the positive spaces with this beautiful bright orange with acrylic paint, and that's so much fun. Let me see. Oh, this is just Montmartre orange, so it's probably like a cad orange, like a medium hue, if you really need to know exactly what orange I'm using here. So I want you guys to just drop me a comment here. Tell me where you're from. Tell me where you are watching this from, and if you enjoy my videos and what I bring. Hopefully I inspire you to have a creative practice, or to begin to have a creative practice. I know that some of my painting in the park friends have told me that they enjoy the videos, they're inspired by it, and they went out and they got some art supplies, and they can't wait to get into developing a creative practice in their lives. So that really inspired me. I love the feedback. Thank you for telling me. It is so much appreciated to just get that feedback. So this is why I encourage you. Please drop a comment and tell me where you're from and what you benefited out from watching these videos, and how it inspired you. Even if it's just the prompt, you know, to have a beginning point, a catalyst, where to start. I find that very helpful to know sort of what are we focusing on and what are we trying to experience as we work with a particular color and a particular medium, and then just explore and find out what your art supplies will do. I can immediately see the difference in medium, you know, between the acrylic paint and the acrylic ink that I started with on my opposite page. It's a completely different experience. And of course, it's a different experience working on paper than it does on canvas. So the paper is nice and thirsty. And I sometimes like to just leave some of the outlines sticking out, because it sort of suggests that there is a history to this design on this page, and that's fun. So let's get this going. Yes, so just drop me a comment if you have any questions about your creative practice and how you can maybe enhance it or develop it or grow with it. I really encourage you to hit that subscribe button and like this video, because it is my intention to, you know, give you guys a weekly prompt to work in your art journals and to begin there. So welcome to my community. I encourage you, just check out the description of this video. There is a link to my Facebook page, that's my Facebook group, and this is called The Creative Heart, and this is my tribe on Facebook, where I share a live video every week, and this is where we share our art. This is where you can take a picture and share your art with all of us, so that we can support you and encourage you, and there's a community of people available for you, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are doing in your art studios or in your art journals. So do share. I love watching your entries into your art journal, seeing what you did and how it inspired you and how you interpreted my prompt, because that's even inspiring and rewarding to me. So please do that. So we're getting there slowly but surely. I'm not going to complete the entire page on the video, but I will share on my Instagram and on my group. I will share a photo, and I will share a photo at the end of this video as well, so that you guys can see exactly what I did. So that's so much fun, yay! Just rinse this brush. Right, so now that I've given this page some time to dry, the idea of the doodles is really just to express yourself. So, you know, pick a shape, pick a line, pick a expression. Let's do some zigzags in this little petal, and then see how that develops this little doodle of ours. And you sort of use all of your oranges. This is not technically orange, but you know, this red brown is definitely an orange that I've added black to, and that's an example of what a shade color of orange would look like. So you know, you can see this is a related color, and it's deep and it's dark and it's burnt, like a burnt orange kind of brown. So let's switch to another one and just make some circles. Make this circle bigger. So it's really fun to just express yourself and allow that inner child to come out and play without any hindrances or rules, or you know, anything to hold you back, because I think we all deserve a happy inner child. And one of the things I like to teach is to say to adults, remember, you are now the adult and you are now the parent to your inner child. So if your inner child needs some playtime, best you know, provide the space for your inner child to, you know, play and have fun. And I can't think of, you know, in my personal world, any better way to do that than to just play with color and have fun in your art journal. Like I just shared with my Facebook patron groups, I used to really suffer from depression, and I didn't always used to have an art supply, and or let me rather say a creative practice. So I used to just sit and watch television. So I used to battle with depression and with a lot of emotional baggage and things like that. So when I started to have my creative practice, when I discovered that creativity and art is a personal value of mine, and I need to just give myself the time and the space as regularly as often to express myself, it really started to become a very healing tool for me. There are so many health benefits to having a creative practice. You can research that as well. And I can promise you, I sleep better, I have bloomed, I've come out of my shell, and I am no longer you know, restricted to just hide in my room. I'm able to give expression to my feelings and to process what is happening in my life by playing in my art journal or painting, or you know, some kind of creative expression. So this is really powerful, and I encourage you guys to give it a try and to see how it can benefit you as well. So if you are one of those people that like to watch creative art videos, and you always just sit on the sideline and you say to yourself, one day when I'm good enough, I will have a creative practice. Or one day when I have enough money and I can afford art supplies, then I will have a creative practice. Or one day when the kids have left school and they are finished with school, then I will have a creative practice. Or, you know, one day when I left my husband, when, you know, I'm in an unhappy marriage, maybe then I will have a creative practice. So you guys can hear, you know, you can see how many excuses you can think out every day to not have a creative practice. And my challenge is I want you guys to overcome those limiting ideas and those thoughts that you have around your creative practice that is preventing you from stepping into it and activating your creative heart and having a creative practice and having fun. So what better way to get started than to just invest in a little A5, you know, art journal. Like I said last week, you can even, you know, use an old book that you no longer want to read, and you can gesture the pages and begin to play in that. It doesn't have to be an expensive journey. In fact, when I did my creative jumpstart, you can just search in my playlists on YouTube and you'll find my 5-week creative jumpstart. You will be able to see that, you know, I literally created little art journals out of recycled paper, and how I used the recycled paper and my art supplies to create beautiful art books. Let me see where my other one is so I can show you guys. This is my little orange art book that I created, and all of the paper in this little art journal is literally packaging material that comes with my hair supply and my stock that I order once a week. And it's perforated and it's this long, and then I would play on these pages and, you know, use it as a way to just express myself. And I created these colorful pages, and I will show you guys one day how to do this as well. And you know, then I bound them together in an art book, and this is where I can come and add more to it through collage and you know, other mediums and so forth. And it is really a lot of fun to do this. So ultimately you can, you know, have so many ways that you can express yourself and have fun with your art supplies that is not so serious, that is not so, you know, bound to, it must be a product in the end and it must be, you know, perfect. So the more you play, the better you get at it, and the more brush mileage, I like to call it, you accumulate. And when you have, you know, more brush mileage under your belt, what will happen is you are able to express yourself more freely in various mediums, because you know, it's not your first rodeo. You have, you know, been playing with your art supplies for a while, and you know what you like and what you don't like and what you enjoy and what brings that immediate gratification out for you in your creative practice. So, you know, like here, I'm just using a jelly roll number 10 from Sakura. I love these jelly roll pens. They literally write almost on any surface, and they just keep going. So I love these white pens. So if you've been looking for a good quality white pen, I've just given you a tip there. So I'm sure you can find it on Amazon or something like that. So you just continue to play and you give yourself, you know, that space to try something new and see what will happen when you try something new. I'm just gonna finish this few circles down here. on and off the page, you can really see there's no rules. So this is my challenge for you this week. I want you to get out your art journals, get your orange art supplies out, and use Doodle as your inspiration to create a beautiful page in your art journal. And later, as we go through our art journals, can you imagine how interesting this art journal is going to be when we filled all these 100 pages with different exercises, different colors, and different ideas. So it is my intention to share a weekly prompt with you. I've worked this program out way in advance, so it will literally begin to speak to you as we progress forward. You will begin to notice which marks you've enjoyed a lot, which color combinations you enjoyed a lot, new techniques that inspired you, and this will definitely begin to show you through cataloging what is your art ethos and which symbols and color palettes really is personal to you. So this is my challenge for you. Get out your orange and doodle away, and please take a photograph and share it with us on our Facebook group. And I am looking forward to seeing where you guys are watching this episode from. Do remember to subscribe and like, and I will see you guys again next week at 3 o'clock for our next page in our art journal. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will speak to you guys again next week. Bye bye for now.